right, hey there, small town America. So we got in the truck, we came all the way down here, Worth Stock Show in Rodeo. For 129 years, they've been celebrating the Western way of life. There's only been 2 times in the history of the Worth Stock Show that they have slowed down. The first time was in 1943 during World War II. And that is a little bit about what today is about, Military Appreciation Day, celebrating our American heroes. Some of the survivors from World War II are going to be here. We're going to be celebrating and hearing their stories. So let's get in the truck and go take a look.
A dusty back road, where the tumbleweeds roll, there's a wandering soul with stories to unfold. With his worn-out boots and his raggedy hat, Zach's got a YouTube channel, sharing tales like that. He's a modern day troubadour, a poet of the streets, a wanderer of small towns, where life's rhythm beats from the hills of Tennessee to a Georgia bar shack. Zach finds the heart and soul that the world may often lack. Small town America, that's where the stories reside. Zach's searching for the magic in every nook and every side. With his camera in hand and a song in his heart, he's bridging the distances, bringing us closer with his art.
Get in the truck, small town America.
All right, hey there, small town America. Here we are, Patriot Tour, celebrating America's 250. Manny, Worth Stock Show and Rodeo Military Appreciation Day. What's it like to have all this come together?
You know, this event is incredible. We've got over 70 vendors here providing thousands and thousands of veterans incredible services, linking them up with some of the most critical services from workforce, for healthcare. I mean, anything that you can think about, banking, lending, anything that you could think about, there's a service here for veterans. We decided to do this about 3 years ago. We recognized that we've got an incredible veteran community here in North Texas. We've got great private businesses that prioritize hiring our veterans. The defense industry, we're the tip of the spear for America right here in North Texas. And so no better place than in Worth Stock Show and Rodeo, who was already having their Military Appreciation Day. So we said, you know what? Let's have a Veterans Expo. Let's get these folks served and make sure that we can connect all of our veterans with all of the services that are available in our community. So to this date, I mean, we've been able to serve more than 10,000 veterans just over the last 3 years.
Wow.
And we're hoping to get a couple thousand more today. We could not be more proud to host this in partnership with the Worth Stock Show and Rodeo.
Right, well, in 129 years of Worth Stock Show, the only time that there was never a stock show was in 1943 during World War II. So what a great day to have these World War II veterans actually here. We're seeing Medal of Honor. You've got so many heroes here. What does it really mean, though, for the city of Fort Worth? Fort Worth is just expanding and growing to see our military support.
Well, I think what it shows is that no matter how big, no matter how expansive the town, no matter how expansive the county gets, we will always support our military veterans. That's our number one priority, is to make sure that we're giving back to the folks that gave everything for us. These veterans sign a blank check whenever they sign up to do that job. They don't know when it's going to get cashed, and they don't know how much it's going to cost. But they say, you know what, we're going to serve our community, we're going to keep America safe, and we're going to build the greatest country the world has ever seen. There's nothing we can do that's too big to give back to them. So this is just a small token to bring all of these organizations together and serve them as best we can. It means everything in the world to us to be able to do it.
Right. And so where can people go to get behind your office and get behind your support to help you keep doing this?
Oh yeah, you can go to tarrantcountykx.gov. Just click on the Manny Ramirez icon. It shows where the commissioner is. And then you can sign up for our newsletter. You can look at the event for next year and make sure you get on the list. They provide meal vouchers, they provide parking passes and tickets to the rodeo. So a truly phenomenal event. And this day is all about our veterans 100%.
All right, guys, you know our motto, get in the truck, go check Manny out, and help us out, keep these organizations going.
I'll go.
All right, hey there, small town America. Here we are, Patriot Tour. We're at the Worth Stock Show and Rodeo Military Day. Chuck, Texas Veterans Commissioner. Tell us a little bit about your organization and how important today is for y'all.
So events like this are critical for us. It's to get the word out. We are Veterans State Agency. We are here to serve them. We're never going to ask them for money. We're never going to ask them for to join the club. We are going to ask them to come to us if they need resources. We have 9 specific areas we work with, but if we don't work with one of those areas, if you need something else, we know who to call, we know who to connect you with. One of the most valuable things we do, actually I'll talk about 2 of them, but the first one is VA advocacy. And I know already all of my veterans are cringing. They're like, oh, VA, you hate it, your blood pressure goes up when you hear VA. And if that has ever been a challenge for you, if you have ever had a problem, reach out to us. It's info@tvc.texas.gov. And I always ask people to email so we're not doing this, well, I called here. Well, we'll never find that phone call. But now we have a record of it. But reach out to us, hit our website, TexasVeteransCommission.com. Yes, it is .com. I had to think about that.
Well, I was about to say, mine's a .org, so I have to go ORG.
Yeah, so I'm a Marine, so, bear with me a little bit. But this is actually, I am blessed for this opportunity to represent the governor, to represent the state of Texas, but more importantly, to continue to serve our veterans, and that is, I am also blessed to work with an agency with almost 500 employees. Over 85% of us are veterans, and the passion that we have to help veterans. So if you need help with anything, the other thing I was going to mention, VA claims, our people are accredited. And the beauty of it is when we call the VA, 8 times out of 10, we're talking to somebody that our people know on the other end of the phone. And that is so valuable because it cuts through even the hassle. Please don't call the switchboard. Oh my Lord, you're going to get rerouted about 14 times. You're going to get frustrated. Your blood pressure's going to go up. Make it easy. We are also here. We backstop every organization out there. We backstop all the, what do they call them, legacy VSOs. Every county has a veteran service officer, a county veteran service officer. We back them up. We help train them. But we're here to support everybody. And if you're a veteran, reach out to us, let us know, and we can help.
Right. And so how important is it an event like today, especially for the community of Fort Worth? The stock show's 129 years. The only time that they haven't done it is in 1943 during World War II.
Wow.
So to see
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that. A little bit of history going on
that.
today. Yeah, so a lot of that we're celebrating. World War II veterans are here today that we're actually celebrating.
We have a few of them left. My dad was one of those World War II vets. Why this is important, and that's a great question. It's probably personally my most important mission, because the negative of the Texas Veterans Commission is we are Texas's best kept secret. Now that's not a good thing when you're bringing resources to veterans. Our veterans need to know where to go. More importantly, they need to know who they can trust. As you and I were just talking about, right things, right reasons. And I am very proud to say, I'm in my dream job, but that's about me. And I am a Marine veteran. I don't know if this will show up. I've got my proud Marine Corps Reserve Association pin. Ken, that was just for you. Friend of mine is Ken Hopper, who's running the Ton Tavern project, but shameless plug.
There you go.
But events like this connect us to veterans. A veteran will come through, and it is almost disappointing how many times they'll come over to our table and go, I don't know, I have any idea who you are. And we should be the first phone call. And I promised I would do this. We work very closely with a group called Combined Arms, which runs the Texas Veterans Network. That's all kind of one big conglomeration. They have become kind of our outreach arm, but we work very, very closely with them. In fact, in 2024, they bragged that they sent us over 1,700 cases to work on. I've challenged Mia Garcia, who's another Marine who runs Combined Arms, to get that number up to 2,500.
Oh, wow.
We want to serve more and more veterans because veterans, Texas loves her veterans. The governor loves her veterans. His veterans, I guess they're his veterans. And we want to support them. Veterans make Texas better. They make industry better. They make business better. There's just so much about veterans to love, and I want to make sure they're successful.
Exactly. All right, guys, you know our motto, get in the truck. Go check Chuck out over at the Texas Veterans Commission. They know people to get things done. All right, hey there, small town America. Patriot here. We're here, Fort Worth Stock Show in Rodeo for Military Appreciation Day. And you were just telling me you're the guy in charge of all of this right here that we're going to be seeing.
It is us.
Tell me a little bit about what y'all's operation is, what you're doing.
So, Lieutenant Colonel Don Allen and his wife, Dr. Barbara Allen, they started this in 2005. So this is our 21st year as a business, and you know, it has just grown to what we have today.
And this is a miniature version because y'all normally do the big displays that we see.
Right. We created this version 3 years ago so that we can do indoor events like this, especially during the wintertime, just because it's just too cold to do those things, and smaller 1 or 2 day events. The wall that we're known for is our it's what we call it's our 80% replica. So the wall in DC, I believe, is 493 feet long. Ours is 360 feet long.
Wow.
It's all 58,000 names, but that's, like I said, that's what we're known for, and that's usually what we travel with. Matter of fact, we have 2 full displays of the big wall, and one of them is on its way to Palm Springs, California right now. We have events. I leave here and I've got to go to Sarasota, Florida. You know, later this year we're going to be in Boston. So I mean, we cover the entire nation.
Well, and so much now, I guess, because we're celebrating America's
Yes.
250.
Yes.
There's so many more events that are coming out. So that's really probably got y'all on the road. And
It
keeping
does.
you busy.
It does. Right now, our website is avtt.org. We have about 20 different events on the book so far this year. Normally, we finish with about 30 to 35, sometimes 40 events a year. So we're pretty busy. We stay on the road a lot.
Right. And so, have you had family members reach out to you and say, you know, just appreciate
All
that
the
you
time.
take?
All the time. But it's not just the Vietnam. Back over here, we have what we call our cost of freedom. This is everybody we've lost in Iraq and Afghanistan up to 2021. We have a new tribute coming out that we hope to have finished next week that we're going to put on the road, and it includes everybody we've lost in the global war on terror up to December. Those 2 guys we lost in Syria.
Wow.
Also, inside the exhibition hall, we have the remainder of our cost of freedom. That is everybody we've lost since Vietnam. So in here there are tributes for Desert Storm, Grenada, Panama, Somalia, the USS Stark, the USS Cole, Benghazi, the Fort Hood shooting, anybody.
And
So all in all, right now we have 70,000 names inside this.
Right.
Inside this.
And I notice, and I always say this, never forgotten. Always remember. There are 2 words that we always throw out, but it seems like we only celebrate once or twice a year.
Right.
But you are making sure that their names are known wherever you go and
Absolutely.
wherever.
That's Colonel Allen's his philosophy is names. You know, he did a couple tours in Vietnam, so you know the wall is very particular to him. And this is his legacy. This is something that's very near and dear to him and his wife, both veterans. But yeah, like I said, so and it's going to be a continuing operation. I mean, as we start to lose more in the global war on terror, and it's going to happen, we will include those names as well.
Where can people go if they want to get involved or follow you? What's your website and stuff?
So we have 2. avtt.org is our main company. Our nonprofit is America's Freedom Tribute, and you can go to americasfreedomtribute.org. and it will take you to links to our social media as well as our scheduled events throughout the
All
country.
that, and if there's a venue or someone that wants you, they can go through there and
Absolutely.
book.
Yep.
All right, guys, you know our motto: get in the truck, give them a call, never forgotten.
Thank you, guys.
All right, hey there, small town America. Here we are, Patriot Tour, Fort Worth Stock Show, Military Appreciation Day.
Right.
Tell us a little bit, because you're over with the Aviation Museum.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with the Fort Worth Aviation Museum over at Meacham Airport.
All right, how important is a day like today for all the veterans?
Well, it's really important because it's an opportunity to feel like what you did was appreciated a little bit. You know, we all served in one way or another. You know, whether it was back at a desk somewhere in the rear with the gear, as they used to say,
Right.
or whether you were a frontline guy. But you all made the sacrifice. You're always willing to serve, put on the cloth, and
Right.
go support and defend.
And you're still serving the community there
my
over
God,
at the
yeah.
museum.
Yeah,
Tell us a little bit, because you have a big thing coming up here in April.
Right, we do. Well, we're the home of the most touchable warbirds in Texas. We've got 41 warbirds at the museum. As of today, maybe more tomorrow, but as of today. But every April, last Saturday in April, we do our annual fundraiser called Hops and Props. It's a craft beer festival. We'll get somewhere 16, 18 craft brewers out, live music, food, vendors, get a lot of the veteran support organizations out, do a little veterans village. And so it's a fun day for everybody.
And you're able still to visit the museum and
Oh, yeah,
walk on the birds and all that.
We'll have some of the cockpits will be open so people can climb in the airplanes and do that kind of thing.
And all that. Importance of preserving our heritage and
Right.
preserving our history.
Right.
Tell us, so if there's a veteran organization or somebody that wants to get involved, where can they go to follow you or get involved
Okay.
and all of that?
Well, we're on Facebook. We've got a Facebook group and a page also under the Fort Worth Aviation Museum. We also have a website, fortworthaviationmuseum.com. You can get in touch with us there. That's the easiest way, or just info at ftwaviation.com, and that'll get right to us.
Right. And then you're open to the public. So if the
Absolutely.
public wants to come out.
Absolutely. We're open 5 days a week. If we had more volunteers, we could be open more. But we're limited to volunteers to support as docents and work on airplanes. We also have got 41 airplanes, and they all need some kind of attention. And so we are always open to volunteers who might want to come out and put a wrench on an old airplane again with their old girlfriend, that
All right.
kind of thing.
Did you hear that? He's looking for volunteers.
Always.
Come out here and support our community, support our veterans, and preserve our history and our heritage.
We have one of the biggest military aviation heritages here in Fort Worth. We've built 26 iconic airplanes and served into 140 different countries over the years since the 40s. So, yeah, we're deeply set into it here.
All right, guys, you know our motto. We're celebrating America's 250th. What better way to get a little bit of history than
Right.
over at the Aviation Museum?
Come out and see us.
All right, hey there, small town America. Here we are, Military Appreciation Day. Donna, who's this guy right here beside you?
Well, this is Colonel Don Doc Ballard, Medal of Honor recipient. You want to give him a shout out, Doc?
Hello, good morning.
And we came out to support this wonderful, wonderful event, saluting our veterans.
Right, well, tell us a little bit, though, about your organization, your project, everything that you're doing here.
All right, well, if I could reach right over
Here,
here.
go ahead.
We've got Doc's Medal of Honor book.
And he's got
He will autograph it. He has got Medal of Honor belt buckle. It is, whoops, yes, really, really cool. And then I wrote a book. I know you find that hard to believe. Can you?
When you actually have time.
Let me. I wrote this book called Down at the No God. Doc is in this book. And I hate to admit it, but 90% of this book is true.
Really?
Yes, sir. And what's really cool about it is for every book that's sold, a portion of the proceeds goes to Airpower Foundation, as well as Triumphant Spirit Foundation, which is Doc's foundation. So you can go to either come by here at the Will Rogers and see us here in the Amon G. Carter Exhibit Hall, or you can go to my website at donnasnowking.com and order it from there, and it will come autographed.
Right. Well, Donna, we're here at Military Appreciation Day. How important are events like this to bring awareness not only to our veterans, but to the organizations that are helping our veterans.
You bring up a very valid point, and a lot of the problem that I see is lack of awareness. People don't know. And you can't tell me that people in this world, the United States of America, they want to go above and beyond to help their fellow man. And if they're not made aware of a need or a service or an option, we have nobody to blame but ourselves.
Right, right. And we got to be able to continue to support these guys
Yes.
that sacrificed it all. Hey guys, we're doing the Patriot Tour celebrating America's 250th. Come be a part of it. What's
Yes.
that website again if they want to get your book?
DonnaSnowKing.com.
All right, guys, get in the truck. All right, hey there, small town America. Look at, and I want to point out, he has a badge that says working, so he is actually working. Rick, man, what an amazing day. Here you are with the roll call table, Mary, hometown heroes, but you've been here the whole time doing all the photography and stuff. Why is today the important day with Military Appreciation Day?
Today is Military Appreciation Day, and County Commissioner Manny Ramirez, this was kind of his brainchild on a way to give back to the community. And this is, I think, the third year we've had it, and the biggest year yet. And we're busting at the seams. We have a lot of different vendors and organizations that help assist veterans and their families. We're going to be here until about 5 o'clock. It's at the Fort Worth Rodeo and Stock Show. If you're a veteran or military, you show them your ID at the gate and get in free to the stock show. And come and get this. And if you're a veteran or military, if you come here today, you can get a voucher for $20 for food. So
Funnel cake and corn dogs.
that's right. All the good stuff.
Under that one. Cool. So where can people go? Because you're actually doing your shows every Tuesday, right? Where can people go to follow you and Mary and what you are doing?
The best place is to go to Roll Call's Facebook page or Roll Call's website, and you can see our podcast every week. And we're going to do one today instead of tomorrow. So.
All right, guys.
But
Here
thank you, Zach.
Hey, we're here. We're getting in the truck. We're just here to honor our military and our veterans. And I think the great thing about seeing all these organizations is now is a place to connect. There's a lot of times we don't know where to connect and get involved. Now we have places to connect.
And that's a big thing that Mary and I try to do with our hometown heroes is the connection. Getting all these organizations and veterans together so we can help as many as we can. And, you know, we couldn't do this without Manny Ramirez and all the great sponsors that paid for everything. Hillwood gave away thousands and thousands of rodeo tickets for tonight. Now, I think they're all gone, but, you know, paid for the parking, paid for the meals. And the Fort Worth Stock Show Rodeo, they are a sponsor too. So.
Right. All right, guys, you know our motto, get in the truck, go check them out.
That's right.
Present the colors presented by the Tarrant County Sheriff's Office Honor Guard.
Quick! Mary!
All right, hey there, small town America, Patriot Tour. Here we are, Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo, Military Appreciation. And Hillwood, major sponsors, you helping out not only today by being the bag sponsor and all of that, but then you're also helping out tonight at the rodeo. Tell us how Hillwood got involved and what makes today so special.
Yeah, so it's special for so many reasons to so many people. Hillwood specifically, we're just proud supporters of our veterans, and we try to continue to do that in every aspect of our operations.
Right. And what does it mean today to just see all of these organizations and all of these veterans coming?
I mean, it just means so much to so many people and so many families just to have the support.
How can people get involved with what y'all are doing and help you in future events?
Yeah, so through our website, Hillwood.com shows all of our different aspects of our business, and always reach out and try to get involved that way.
All right, guys, go over there, check them out. You know our motto, get in the truck. All right, hey there, small town America. You know, if there's going to be some veterans involved, you're going to see these ladies right here. Tell us a little bit about the USA cheerleaders and what y'all do. Y'all are the Dallas division, right?
Yes, sir. We talked at the Armed Forces Bowl.
Right. We were over there partying. These ladies were climbing on tanks. They were getting in helicopters.
And boats.
And got in this Coast Guard boat. What's it mean to come here and see this organization today? I mean, 129 years, Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo, Military Appreciation Day.
Oh, we love it. Being just like the Armed Forces Bowl, like this is our bread and butter. Like this is what we love. We get to see our veterans face to face. We get to really tell them thank you.
Right.
Even though thank you will never be enough.
Right. So we're doing our Patriot tour. We're doing celebrating America's 250. There's going to be events going on all year long. Where can people go if they want to get you out to their events?
So you can DM us on our Instagram, which is USA Cheerleaders Dallas, or you can check us out on our website, which is usacheerleaders.org, and there will be contact information there which you can reach out to book us for appearances.
All right, guys, you don't want to miss it. And hey, if you got a boat, a helicopter, a tank, these ladies will ride in it.
Especially if it's...
I hate Doug. Military Appreciation Day. What does this mean for you guys to come here and be a part of this celebration? I mean, Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo.
Right. Well, it is an honor to be here and represent the military in in some small way, whatever it may be. It's a true privilege for the invitation to come out here. You know, I like getting the word out and sharing my experiences with others through whether I speak or my book or whatever the case may be. So it truly is an honor to be able to meet so many grateful Americans, and this event is one of the best.
Right. Well, tell us a little bit about your book, because this is your story.
It is my story. This book is finally, I wrote it 55 years after I left Vietnam, and you know, that's not very thick of a book because I don't remember a whole lot about it. But I wrote down what I do remember because people were asking me to share my story, and this is my story about flying medical evacuation helicopters in Vietnam. You know, during the 11-year war that we were involved in Vietnam, there were about 3,400 crew members on dust off and medevac, and during that 11 years we rescued 900,000 patients on those helicopters, and so the 3,400 did a lot, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get the word out to share those experiences that I had, as well as what many others have had in the past.
Well, we sure do thank you for your service and what you're doing. Where can people go to get a copy of the book or get involved in?
Well, certainly the book is on Amazon. It's on my publisher's website, virtualbookworm.com, or if they have my contact information, they can call me and we can meet up and have a cup of coffee, and I'll be happy to give them a signed copy, or I can mail it to them, either way.
Right, and we're celebrating America's 250th this year, so there's a lot of events going on.
Right.
If there's somebody that wants to get you out there, do a book signing like you're doing today, or tell the story, where can they go get there?
Well, they can reach me at doug1508@gmail.com, or my phone number is 817-690-8321.
All right, guys, one of our national treasures right here, Doug. Thank you so much. Guys, get in the truck. All right. Hey there, small town America. Here we are, Patriot Tour, celebrating America 250. We're at the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo Military Appreciation Day. And I was just inside there. You actually have a donkey in there with these veterans.
We do. We got Billy the therapy donkey in there.
Tell us a little bit about Texas Rescue. You know, when we think about veterans and service animals, we automatically focus on the dogs.
Yes.
And then, you know, I've worked with a lot of guys that are doing equine therapy where
Yes.
they do work with the disabilities and all of that, and it's amazing seeing these guys take these wild Mustangs.
Oh,
but
yeah.
you're using donkeys. Tell us a little bit about this program.
We are. Well, Texas Rescue's been around as far as an official rescue for about 4 years now, even though my wife and I we've been adopting and rescuing all of our lives. This came about though because I'm an ex-paramedic and I've got a good case of PTSD. I knew what they did for me, and we thought, let's spread that over to the veterans. And so we've got a huge respect for our veterans anyway, and we knew what they did for people that have issues. So we started it as far as just a rescue, which was for donkeys, horses, and mules. And then once we started getting more of the donkeys, we started seeing their abilities for what they had to be able to give back. And that's how the whole ball got rolling. So we've got 75 donkeys right now, 25 horses and mules, and about half of our donkeys are therapy animals. We go to schools, retirement centers. We took them down to the flood victims 3 days after that happened. We go to churches, schools, you name it. We have a veterans program every Thursday night at our place. So any veteran and or family member can come out. And it's kind of a unique situation. We are on that cutting edge of using donkeys because everybody is used to dogs and horses. Right. And people are starting to understand what donkeys can actually do. They can be your best confidant. They will listen to everything you say. They don't judge you. They don't ask you the hard questions. And people walk in for the first time and there's a little bit of anxiety that I'm surrounded by 30 donkeys here. And 5 minutes after that, everybody's petting and loving on them, and they give back a lot. They can actually go to the extent of adjusting their heart rate to match you even better. So it's a huge connection with that animal.
Right. Well, and a lot of people, and it's the stereotype of the donkey of being stubborn as a mule or whatever, exactly. And all that. But this really is kind of the best of both worlds because they do have a personality of a dog.
Very much so.
And still have the 4 legs and the equine deal. And it is amazing, and I know you see it, when those personalities there's a spiritual connection.
We are on that cutting edge of using donkeys because everybody is used to the dogs and the horses, and you said it. We all grew up with donkeys being stubborn and obstinate and stupid. They're 180 degrees from that. They use a lot of common sense. They won't get themselves hurt, so they'll stop and think it through, and everybody thinks that's stubbornness. No, it's self-preservation. And we will see any of our veterans that come out, which they return on a regular basis, and they say, in no uncertain terms, I've tried everything. Every kind of therapy I could. This is the very first time I actually feel like myself again. Right. And they get ready to leave and they say, I can sit in the car or the truck on the way home and I feel like myself again. The donkeys do that much for them.
Right. Where can people go to get involved, get in with you? You need volunteers, you need help feeding and all of that.
Yes,
and
sir.
Get you out to events.
We love going to events, which is why we're here. We really hold our veterans in high regard. But you can go to texasrescue.org. That is our website. You can get us by phone. It's 661-972-5492. Please reach out to us. We love going to events or memory care if you have a facility. Or you can come out and just visit us. You can bring families out and you can get out up close and personal just like you did with Billy. Billy, by the way, is a movie star as of last year. He was in a movie that they shot. It was a religious movie for Christmas. It was called Virgin Birth, and Mary rode on him, and Joseph led him through the town.
All right, well, there you go. Get Billy out to your next event. Get in the truck, guys. Go check them out.
Thank you.
All right, hey there, small town America. Here we are, Patriot Tour. We're here at Dickey's Arena for Military Appreciation Night, and I just happened to run across Robert. Robert, you were just telling me you took the first Texas flag in 1963?
67.
1967, yeah. You took it to Vietnam.
Yeah, my wife sent it to me in 1967.
Just as a care package and said, here's a little bit of home.
Yeah, because I asked for it and she sent it to me.
Wow. And so is that what your platoon, you flew it brave and
yeah.
There? Just like that there. And you were just telling me, you just like Davy Crockett in the Alamo, you were over there in Vietnam making Texas home.
That's right. Fighting for Texas.
What does it mean though to have a night like this? We're here at the Fort Worth Stock Show. What does it mean for you to come over here and be a part of Military Appreciation Night?
I've been doing it every year for a long time, man. So I really appreciate the veterans that fought in this country. Some of them who were making, starting my base salary was $60 a month, $2 a day. Who does that?
Right. Right. Well, we appreciate everything that you did for us. Thank you for flying that Texas flag, and I hope you enjoy tonight.
I
Guys,
started a flag epidemic. Pretty soon we had Texas. That's my cousin.
Oh, really?
We had flags from California, Georgia, New York.
everybody started bringing them and having them come home.
Everybody wanted one.
Well,
I'm doing an interview just a minute.
That's right. All right, hey there, small town America. Here we are, Dickies Arena, Military Appreciation Night, 129 years of Worth Stock Show and Rodeo, and here we are having some fun. Airpower Foundation, going to be a great night. Can't wait to see what we got going. Yeah, well, that's all right. We got it. Hey, Wanda, here we are, Dickies Arena, Military Appreciation Night. So much Airpower Foundation does for our veterans. You're doing something special tonight.
We are, yes. We are honored to be able to give a support animal service dog to a wonderful Air Force veteran tonight. And we are very much looking forward to being down on the dirt in just a little bit. So hopefully Zach will put it up there. You can see it.
We're gonna cover a lot. There's so many stories to be told here. We have 100-year-old World War II veterans. We have Vietnam veterans. I mean, Airpower Foundation has really put I've got what 3 or 4 sections of veterans here.
Hopefully the place is packed with veterans.
Well, when I was trying to, they were made me wait to get my pass. I didn't get to go party on like everybody else did. They said that they had a pass out.
Wonderful.
Well, welcome to Military Appreciation
One of our
Day.
great
I'm going to turn things on their head. We're going to make it backwards today. So if you've been to the rodeo, especially if you've been here early and arrived on time.
All right, guys, you know our motto. Go over, check it out. Be a part of Airpower Foundation.
This is the fun part of it.
When we honor those who have sacrificed so much, is try to give back and show them a small glimpse of our appreciation. Well, this evening, our friends of the Airpower Foundation is gifting a life-changing companion to a very deserving veteran. We welcome Air Force veteran Peyton Knippel to the arena, and we also say hi to Rounding, who will now be his lifelong companion and animal of service to a man that was willing to give his life so that we can enjoy this night in freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, tell Mr. Knippel that he is an American hero.
All right, hey there, small town America. 129 years, the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo. There's only been twice in its history that it has not happened. One of it was in 1943 during World War II. Right. You served there, right?
I was in the Coast Guard in 43. And I was 43 to 46. April 46 I got out. Because I went in August of 43.
What does it mean to have a military night, be here at Dickies Arena?
I have been blessed in many ways by more especially the Bill of Rights, the Bill of GI Bill that allowed me to go to college, which I did not expect to go when I got out of high school. But GI Bill gave me a road to Duke University, class of 50.
Wow. Now Matt, who's in charge of the Fort Worth Stock Show, he was telling me that you drive yourself, you're 100 years old, you drive yourself to the Y every morning.
Well, that was true until last month. My kids decided that I was too much a risk of something happening to me that they would get credit.
You got too many speeding tickets.
They took my keys away.
You got too many speeding tickets. We understand.
I hadn't told Matt.
But you kind of got on Matt a while ago for not coming and working out.
Well, I was just chiding him. I said I knew why he wasn't there.
All right, guys. Here is the reason, a national treasure. This is why we do Military Appreciation Night. These guys right here.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here and to be honored. And I'm grateful for the recognition.
All right, we thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you.
Worth it. Exactly. All right, hey guys, here I am.
Patriot tour celebrating America's 250, and I am sitting next to a national treasure, Don Graves. Don, you know, we're talking about the history of the Fort Worth Stock Show, 129 years, only twice it has not happened. It happened in 1943 during World War II. What were you doing then?
On the ocean.
You were out there serving during World War II.
Yeah.
What does it mean to come to a military appreciation night and be a part of Dickey's Arena?
You know, number one, my generation was brought up under a terrible situation. We just got rid of the crash. Now we got the depression, and we had nothing. But everything we could put our hands on that we thought was valuable, we hung on to it. And we knew our history. Our schools taught us American history.
You know, we talk about celebrating America's 250. You're part of the greatest generation, and we can Google your story, which is an amazing story. But I want you to give a little advice to this next generation. What makes you the greatest generation?
And so here at the end of the day, we have actual
We were all in school.
But ladies and gentlemen,
a bomb was
is also the professional
the president's school. We're sitting in the car with the three of us. We're 16 years old. Downtown Detroit. And Roosevelt came on. And this is what he said. Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date that will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked upon by the naval and armed forces of the Empire of Japan. I interpret the will of Congress and of the people. We shall gain triumphant victory. So help us God. I said tomorrow morning, I'm heading down. I'm not going to school. I'm going down. I'm going to sign up in the Marine Corps. My other buddy said, you can't. You're only 16. You got to be 17. I said, I got 6 months to go. I'm going down to get the papers. And that's what I did. And my mother wouldn't sign it. She went through the First World War with my dad in the Marine. She wasn't ready for it. She said, throw it away. I'm not signing. Well, my birthday came 6 months later, May 3rd. My dad was there. Wasn't a good father, but he was there. I said, Dad, here's a pen. Sign that paper. He said, what is it? I said, I'm going in the Marine Corps. He said, here, give me that pen. He said, Vera, my mother's name, come over here. Sign the paper. I'm not signing that. I went to it. I'm not. Vera, let me tell you something. The boy walks out of school. He's going to go to war. If he doesn't go, if he doesn't respond, you'll probably wish me to sign 10 papers. Sign the paper. And I signed it. And that was the start of the United States Marine Corps, defending our country. I went back, what is that, 20 years later, in France, 122nd World War veterans from Texas. We went there, and we celebrated what we did for France. Our boys came in that beach at Normandy, raining, water up to their chest, rifles high, and dropping in the water by being hit by bullets. That cemetery is there. 50 years later, we walked through, 8 of us, all paid by black rifles. And one of my buddies says, Graves, wouldn't it be proper if you sang Amazing Grace? I said it would. And I sang 2 verses of it. Not a dry eye. These kids need to see Pearl Harbor. I'm going to D.C. again. I missed him twice. He sent me a birthday greeting 6 years ago. I want to talk to him. Our high school boys before they graduate need to go to Pearl Harbor.
They need to stand and look at that boat. There were 3,500 American boys. Walked out of school, joined the Marine Corps just like I did. They need to see that. That's why we're the greatest generation.
That's why.
We love our country.
And that is why you are a national treasure. We thank you for everything you do. We thank you for your service, because you're still serving today, singing and everything.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
But you see, they've got to get the history in their blood. They've got to get the history.
Protect our history and preserve our heritage. Hope you enjoy the night, Don.
I will always. This is my first time.
All right, already. We have briefly mentioned and introduced to you some American heroes. We have introduced those that serve us currently, whether right here at home in Fort Worth or around the world. But now it is time to meet some of those that are truly the reason that we live in the land of the free because of the brave. Some of those that have been members of the greatest generation, and those that have all been willing to give it all for you and I here at home. All of those that no matter their branch, no matter their designation, they all signed on the dotted line to serve our United States of America. We begin with a Marine Corps veteran from right here in Texas that enlisted in the U.S. Marine Corps at age 17. An aviation hydraulic structural mechanic that served 5.5 years in one forward deployment to Iwakuna, Japan, and one combat deployment in Operation Enduring Freedom in 2011. Welcome, Sergeant Carolyn Martin.
The next hero served in the United States Army during Operation Iraqi Freedom 3 as a 63B wheeled vehicle mechanic with the 3rd Brigade Combat Team, 3rd Infantry Division, 1st Battalion, 15th Infantry Regiment, and Forward Support Company. He deployed to Iraq in 2005, operating out of the Forward Operating Base McKenzie in northern Iraq near Samarra. While trained as a mechanic, his primary role during deployment was as a vehicle gunner, manning an M240B machine gun while conducting logistical patrol missions during Forward Operating Base McKenzie and Logistics Support Area Anaconda. But it was on May 30th, 2005 that this man was wounded in action when an IED detonated near his Humvee. It destroyed the vehicle, causing injuries from shrapnel. For his service, he was awarded the Purple Heart, the Combat Action Badge, and the Army Commendation Medal, U.S. Army Sergeant Daniel Scott.
Her career reflected disciplined leadership and mission-first service, including time as a drill sergeant shaping the next generation of soldiers and experience as a 15P flight operations specialist supporting complex aviation missions. She deployed in support of operations in both Iraq and Afghanistan, bringing steady execution and accountability to every environment she encountered. From the United States Army, Master Sergeant Marquita Foxworth.
He served from 1989 to 1997, and he would return to service after the tragic events of 9/11. He would serve again from 2005 to 2021. He deployed during Operations Desert Shield, Desert Storm, Southern Watch on the USS Berkeley DDG-15, Operation Restore Hope in Somalia on the USS Mount Hood AE-29, and Operation Enduring Freedom from 2007 to 2008 with Maritime Boat Detachment 111, and he retired in May of 2021, serving in the United States Navy 24 years, U.S. Navy Chief Aaron Byers.
He is a decorated Vietnam veteran who flew medical evacuation helicopters, saving countless fellow Americans. He was shot down not once but twice while trying to save American soldiers. It is estimated that he and his crew rescued nearly 1,300 patients. He and the other dust-off crew members of the Vietnam War were recently awarded with the highest civilian award bestowed by the United States Congress, the Congressional Gold Medal. From the U.S. Army, Chief Warrant Officer 4, Doug Peterson. He enlisted in the U.S. Coast Guard in August of 1943, just before he turned 18 years old. He served on the East Coast where they actively hunted for German U-boats. He was honorably discharged in April of 1946. You see, many are unaware of the significant contributions of the United States Coast Guard in World War II. Over 240,000 served in the Coast Guard during that war. 1,918 died, but this man returned home with the hope and the honor of his brothers. He was married for over 72 years. He has 3 grandchildren, 3 children, 19 great-grandchildren. U.S. Coast Guard Signalman 3rd Class, Carlisle Hayes. The year was 1945. In the heart of World War II, that's when this 17-year-old decided to join the battle. He was trained on B-24s and B-17s as an aircraft mechanic at Keesler Air Force Base in Biloxi, Mississippi. At the end of World War II, he was in Guam ready to load the 3rd A-bomb if duty called. The war ended. He was sent to Williams Air Force Base where he was assigned to a training squadron, where he worked on the first jet engine made in the United States. At the end of 1949 and during the Korean War, he traveled to 7 different countries for 3 months apiece to help design, build, and maintain jet engines. After a couple more years, while in California, his enlistment was up. So what did he do? He drove to New York, where he re-enlisted with the Air Defense Command at Griffiths Air Force Base. He was then sent to the Philippines in charge of jet engine repair, then to Richards Gavar Air Force Base where he headed up the propulsion branch. After 4 years, he said 3 wars was enough, and he retired as Chief Master Sergeant E9 Ray Doss. On May 16, 1986, in the Cang Tri Province, Republic of Vietnam, it was during the afternoon hours when his company was moving to join the remainder of the 3rd Battalion. This man was returning to his platoon from the evacuation landing zone when his company was ambushed by a North Vietnamese army. They employed automatic weapons and mortars. His company would sustain a number of casualties. It was when he saw a wounded Marine without hesitation moved across the fire-swept terrain to the injured man and swiftly rendered medical assistance. He then directed 4 Marines to carry his wounded comrade to safety. As the men were moving the wounded, an enemy soldier suddenly launched a grenade which landed near them. They fired upon the small group of men. But it was this man who fearlessly and selflessly threw himself upon the lethal explosive device to protect his brothers. When the grenade failed to detonate, he calmly arose from his position and resolutely continued his determined efforts to treat other Marines. His heroic actions and selfless concern for the welfare of his companions served to inspire all who saw it and prevented more injury or death to his fellow Marines. For conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity at the risk of his life above and beyond the call of duty, he was awarded the Medal of Honor and is one of only 61 living recipients. Fort Worth, I give to you Doc Ballard. But there is one more. He was born, and 17 years later, he enlisted in the United States Marine Corps. He would leave high school to serve his nation. I want to take you back to February 19th, 1945. He landed on Iwo Jima as a flamethrower operator where he would carry a 72-pound flamethrower right into the heart of enemy lines. As a part of D Company, 2nd Battalion, 28th Marines, he landed by Amtrak on Green Beach 1 in the 3rd wave, and he faced intense combat in one of the bloodiest battles of the war. He is one of the few remaining survivors from this historic event, sharing his experiences and stories of bravery and sacrifice through his life. Ladies and gentlemen, standing before you today at 100 years old, he continues to be recognized for his service and contributions to American history. Ladies and gentlemen, Corporal Don Graves. And tonight, it is our honor to hand Corporal Graves a microphone and invite him to lead us all in the singing of God Bless America.
God bless America. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountain, oh the prairie, oh the ocean, oh wide and home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, your home, sweet home.
Well, there it is, small town America. What a day, celebrating with our American heroes, our national treasures, hearing their stories. Thank you to Airpower Foundation for allowing us to be a part of the Military Appreciation Night at the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo. 129 years. It's legendary. Get in the truck.